Hello, everyone. I'm Shady,
Hey guys, Giacomo, yeah.
Ryan Luke here.
and thanks for joining us from Milan Club Melbourne. And we're looking ahead to the Rossoneri's game against Fiorentina today or tonight, wherever you are in the world. For us here in Melbourne, it'll be 1 a.m. Lads, how do we feel going into this one?
It's been a big opportunity for us to make some space at the top of the table if we can get the 3 points after a few results have probably gone in our favour the last couple of days.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And it'll give us that breathing space from second, so we can, if need be, drop a match and we'll still be up top, I think.
Yeah, won't miss a bit. I think it'll be what, 5
Mm.
points potentially between us and Sassuolo, and if we can get the win tonight.
Yeah. Incredible, isn't it? Who would have
Yeah,
thought?
sweet. Yeah, exactly.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'll take it.
No.
Oh, brilliant. And how do we feel about, Giacomo, what's your take on like the midweek result against Lille? Do you read too much into it, or is it just like, is it just a good point to, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it was better than our first time we played them, so that's positive to take. But I mean, not can't really take too much from it. A lot of the players that are playing, they aren't getting too much game time elsewhere, so you can't really begrudge them for not putting in a massive performance or something when it's their first sort of play for the season. But I mean, I think the draw was important to get a point at least. I think if we can knock Celtic off in the next one, we're through to the next stage regardless. So I think it was a big point.
Good. And Luke, what did you make of like a lot of people were impressed with that? Not overall perhaps, but Tonali made a bit of made a bit of a difference, especially with regards to our goal.
Yeah. Well, he provided the assist.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm almost a bit. I understand that he's developing and we need to give him a lot of time, but especially with the possibility of Benacer being out, we don't know
Mm.
how long for, whether it's just the Fiorentina match or this is a longer thing. It's time for him, you feel, to step up a little bit more. I'm not asking him to become Pirlo from now on, but I think it's time that we see that next step up.
Yeah. So you think he's had enough time really to like bond or gel to an extent, and it's just a matter of him finding his form? We all know he's got the talent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, completely. It's probably more out of necessity, I would say. Personally, I think that I wouldn't mind giving him more time, but yeah, I think for the team going forward now, we do need him stepping up a bit more.
Yeah, we've got I guess a condensed fixture list ahead, Giacomo. It's from here until the Christmas break. I think we've got a pretty tough
I
run,
think this is,
but yeah, like intense run.
I think we've got a lot of games, but I think this is probably our last really tough match between now and Christmas. So to get the 3 points here would be huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In the terms of maybe finishing this year on top.
definitely. It would be a huge statement. And looking to the Viola game, how do you guys find? They've brought in Cesare Prandelli, who's I don't know. He had some amazing results with Fiorentina years ago, but do you think he'll be able to? They still look a bit shaky, obviously. Do you think? What do you think we should be looking out for? What do you think? Who do you think the threat would be from coming from them?
They're a team that on their day are as good as anyone in the competition, but their day doesn't happen very often. So if you get them on that day, then you got to be worried. If you get them on one of their days when they're not there, then it should be a comfortable win. A few of their players are playing well. Obviously, we wanted Milankovic earlier, so he's one to watch, especially with Ibrahimovic. So that might be, he might sort of control whoever's up front for us. And I think their most informed player, he's probably Castrovilli.
Yeah. Well, I think they're committing to try and make something out of this team. And they, as you said, some of the players they have, like add in Ribery as well there. Like considering that they're 15th at the moment on the table, which isn't probably reflective of what they are, but they've got heaps of talent there.
Yeah, they've had, I think we all remember the game at San Siro last season. I mean, yeah, and we all remember what we did on the day. Yeah, so they can. Yeah, let's just hope it's another one of those off days, and then they can find some form after we played.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
are we going to be happy to see Bonaventura back again?
That's
As
good.
long as he doesn't put one past us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's always going to be tough to see him wearing another shirt, isn't it?
yeah, it will be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as long as he doesn't end up on the winning side, I think. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, really, I think made the marker, left his mark on Rossoneri Sports. I think he was the heart of the club for a few years, especially during that banter era. He kept going, and I think a lot of us looked as like one of us. So we've got Ibra still out. We've got Coach Bonera probably still on the sidelines, and Giacomo wasn't too happy. We were talking about the Napoli game. You weren't thrilled with the substitutions.
No, it was the same. I don't know how much control he was given, because he's pretty much the same subs. We didn't see the players that we want to see. I'm not sure why we're not. Tonali hasn't really got much game time yet, but Diaz was getting game time early, and he was really important. And then for the last couple of games, he's just seen nothing in the league.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure what the subs, what the logic behind all that is.
Yeah. What about you, Luke? What did you make of it?
Yeah, we, as we said on the last one, we were kind of almost hoping for that Bonetta would change it up a bit, but it seemed like it was the same old thing, almost as if Pioli was on the bench. So no change.
Does he get to have like contact with the bench, Pioli? I mean, with the protocol, the COVID protocol, would he be able to have? Would he be calling the shots, or?
I don't think so. I think Bonetta came out and said that he has control over the game and training and stuff. But I think before, maybe at halftime and after the game, he'll get a call from Pioli.
Like general guidance, perhaps, but definitely not real-time stuff with substitutions.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a case of great minds thinking alike, Giacomo.
Maybe.
Might just be that. And do we see Rebic going scoring us that winner? I mean, who do you think is going to really win this for us? Who's going to bring up the points?
I think he'll obviously be the one to lead the line, and he's definitely the most. For me, he's definitely the most dangerous up the front. Especially when Ibra's out. I don't know how he doesn't even move that quick, but for some reason, the defenders just panic whenever he's got the ball near them. So he'll definitely be the pick of the bunch, you would think, to make the difference.
And even with him, I think even if he has a bad or off game, he's a player that is always trying 100%, and he'll crush into players and really make himself make himself felt on the pitch. So so important.
Yeah, he's not one to shy away, is it?
I think Hernandez is last game he really came into some form against Napoli, I thought. So hopefully he can continue that. He was making a few of those runs we were talking about last week.
Yeah. I think. No, sorry, you go, Luke.
Yeah. Well, that side with Rebic and Hernandez, you'd hate to be a defender there.
Oh yeah.
No,
I was just gonna say, I think last week we called it pretty accurately for the game, right? I think overall,
yeah.
So here's hoping it's the same this week. And speaking of that, I mean, prediction time. Well, how's it going to end?
I'll go 3-0 with us. I think we can win comfortably.
Okay.
Who's scoring them?
That's a good question.
I reckon Hernandez will get back on the score sheet. Çalhanoğlu with a long fire bomb. And maybe a penalty or something, or Rebic.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Luke?
I'll say 2-0. And
2-0, okay.
Tonali hasn't scored yet, has he, in the league?
No.
He's only played 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't had time. Well, if he starts, I mean, it's pretty unlikely, but I'll make the long punt that will get a goal out of Tonali and Rebic.
That'd be good.
2-0. All right, I'll go for 2-1. I still think tired legs, and we'll make some silly mistake at the back. But yeah, 2-1, and I think probably Rebic and Hernandez. I'll see tonight on the score sheet though, but yeah, I think Rebic. But speaking of Çalhanoğlu, Giacomo, I mean, before we end this, rumors aren't dying down, are they? The United rumors?
No, the rumours of him playing very much hardball seem to be sticking around. So I think it's gonna hit that point where all the fans are gonna start saying, well, either sign or go, because
Exactly.
you're either asking for too much or you can leave and we'll replace you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Particularly considering that he hasn't really been in the greatest form for the last 5-10 matches.
No, since all the debacle with his contract has started, he hasn't really been performing that well.
Yeah, it seems to have affected him. Yeah. Crazy. Well, this was good as always, lads. Hopefully next time we talk next week, we'll be sitting comfortably on top of the league. Huh? Here's hope.
Bit of space.
Yeah, thank you as always, and thank you everyone for following us. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media, Milan Club Melbourne. Cheers, lads, and as always, Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.